All right. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Paul Pennell with Urban Design Partners, and it is about 5 after 6 today on April 22nd. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon to discuss the Town of Troutman rezoning CZ-RM 21-01, located along Winecoff Winecoff Street. We are currently requesting for this 41.45 acre parcel, a zoning district of CZ-RM. It's currently zoned today under Iredell County, RS and RT, and it is currently just single family homes. As you see here, this is actually a picture of the existing site and the homes that are there today. We will be going through kind of a path and description of what is being proposed here. And everyone here will have an opportunity to ask questions. We ask that for now, everyone remain muted until we get through the presentation. If you do have a question that comes up during the presentation that you want to make sure that we touch on when the presentation is over, please, by all means, use the chat option, the chat function here. Just type in your question, send it to everybody, and when we're done, we'll go through and address each of the questions. And then at the end, when we get done with all the questions, we can go ahead and open it up to maybe some folks that can ask some questions, and we can unmute you and we'll get your questions answered. All right, so just to get everyone oriented as to the location of the site, again, 41.45 acres at the end of Winecoff Street. This is the general vicinity map of where it's located, just to the east of Troutman Park, north of Main Street. You can just barely make out a little corner of Troutman Elementary here, just barely making it onto this aerial photograph. The site today, undeveloped, existing single-family homes here. To the north is an existing creek, and there's also a power line easement running that crosses Perry Road and runs through the site as well, just to get everyone oriented as to the location of where we are. We are currently outside of the town limits of Troutman. A component of this rezoning is actually an annexation. So we are requesting for this property and this project to be annexed into the town limits of Troutman. Just to represent a general overlay of the existing zoning that is here today, as I had mentioned, it's currently zoned RS and RT, and we will be requesting a CZ-RM. CZ-RM is a conditional rezoning. It stands for conditional zoning of mixed residential. And the Town of Troutman UDO specifically states that the RM district is intended for the location of a diverse, higher density of housing, along with the customary accessory uses, and limited to neighborhood-friendly commercial uses to support a vibrant, walkable community within new neighborhoods. Any RM development shall have access to public or community water and sewer, and all new RM developments are permitted to and are subject to a conditional zoning district. Conditional meaning that we need to develop a site plan. That site plan needs to be presented to the community, to the Town of Troutman. It needs to be reviewed by the planning department, and it will ultimately, hopefully, be approved. And then that is the plan. That's the plan for this parcel moving forward. So let's go ahead and dig into those details. Design considerations as we move forward with as we started initially taking a look at the site. There's actually a lot that goes into this, and a lot of different things that need to be considered, weighed and balanced, discussed, communicated, and coordinated. Existing site conditions, topography, existing trees on site. For example, the electrical easement and electrical power lines that are out there, the creek to the north, floodplain, the buffers that are associated with that creek, all of those need to be considered. The Town of Troutman Unified Development Ordinance provides a list of criteria and development guidelines that we need to follow to make sure that the conditional plan that we're proposing is compliant with what has been adopted by the Town of Troutman. Adjacent developments. We'll actually show here the adjacent Marley J conditional site plan that was approved, and how our site relates to this site. Site layout, of course, True North Homes is the petitioner here, and they will be developing this site for single-family detached homes, which basically means one lot, one home, one house for a family. We'll get into that in a little bit more detail here in just a moment. But then also, as we work through that site layout and work through the homes and the lots, how do people arrive to their home in a car? How do they arrive walking? How do residents kind of interact on a pedestrian scale throughout the site? We're considering that. Today, having a community meeting, listening to community input, and y'all providing direction to what you guys would like to see incorporated into this development. So we are recording this meeting tonight. We're recording all of the questions that are being asked. And coming out of this meeting, what we'll actually be doing is we'll be posting this online. There'll be a recording of this meeting online. This presentation will be available for review and download if you'd like to have a copy. And it'll be up on our website at urbandesignpartners.com for a few weeks, just to allow the community additional opportunity to review and become familiar with the rezoning petition here that's being proposed. Town of Troutman, planning direction. We have been working with Jonathan Wells, the interim planning director, and he has been distributing site plans. I believe we're on the third version at this point, distributing site plans to town staff, including engineering. Let's see here. Jonathan is actually emailing me at the moment, letting me know that he is unable to make it on. Let's see here. Let me try and juggle the presentation here while I try and get Jonathan Wells on the meeting here. Give me one moment, everyone. Please just kind of stand by. Let's see if I can get him an invite. All right, I just sent him the invite. Let's see if that works. We'll cross our fingers and hope he can get on. So we have been working with Jonathan and planning staff, and they've been providing specific feedback and direction related to the site layout. We've been responding to those comments, revising the plans, resubmitting, and we're on our third round of that now. That third round is what we'll present to everyone here today. Zoning districts and land use, we had to select an appropriate zoning district. Jonathan assisted us in that. Again, that district is CZ-RM. And existing environmental features. We have to take into account trees, topography, streams, creeks, floodplains that are on site. That will also influence the site design. Vehicular traffic patterns, we'll get into that in a little bit more detail. It's being studied quite extensively at this moment. So we'll explain that a bit more, but it's really related to how does this development relate to existing traffic patterns, adjacent future projects, and trip counts. And we can discuss that in a bit here. Pedestrian safety, creating a development that creates a safe environment for the community and residents to walk throughout the community. We've got a lot of sidewalk lined streets that are being proposed here, as well as greenway trails that are being proposed here as well. Green space and open space. No one wants to live in a community that has nowhere to go and do something fun. Again, greenways and trails, open space, do something outdoors other than spend time in your lawn. And of course, that's tied to amenity areas. So we'll be looking at a few green spaces and amenity areas that we're planning here as well. So to get you oriented here, the most recent site plan that would relate to our particular zoning petition, this is not what's currently being proposed. This is actually the approved Marley J petition that is located directly adjacent Perry Road. Our site, our 41-acre site, is located directly to the west. We share a property line with the Marley J petition that was approved. This location here is the Winecoff Village petition. This is Marley J. As you can see, the Marley J petition had noted a future connection across this parcel line. Our petition is connecting to that. And just for context, the Marley J petition includes 165 single-family lots. So Weinkauf Village, this is the current up-to-date site plan associated with the Weinkauf Village zoning petition. It includes 100 single-family lots. Each of them are 60 feet in width. 2 connections to Weinkauf Street, as you can see. 1 public street connects over to the Marley J site, which would be this connection here. To the north, we've got existing creeks, existing streams. Within this area, we're protecting those buffer areas. We've got a few stormwater basins, which would collect stormwater runoff from this development. Those basins would collect stormwater runoff, treat it, and then slowly release the stormwater into the adjacent creek over a period of time, days even, to help with any potential environmental impacts that could be generated from what's being proposed here today. Let me jump to the next site plan here. It's a little easier on the eyes. Might help explain a little bit more what's going on here. So again, each lot is approximately 60 feet wide. Within that 60-foot wide lot, there would be a building envelope. The building envelope would include the house and total number of, again, you can see each lot is numbered here. So you've got 1 through 100 that's currently located. We've got multiple community greens on site. And the public roads have tree-lined streets, sidewalks on both sides, again, to assist in that pedestrian character and help bolster that. And then also we're showing a future stub to the south. As far as we are currently aware, there are no plans for the south parcel here that we're aware of for this to be developed. However, in discussions with the town of Troutman, they have requested that we provide a public road stub to this property for the potential of that property to be developed at one point in the future, and to tie into this public road network that is starting to appear here. We've got the town of Troutman Greenway here that's shown on the far north of the property. Then we have an internal greenway trail that would actually provide access to the town of Troutman Trail. This would be a softscape trail to a hardscape trail adjacent the creek. The trail itself would actually connect over to the greenway network that was proposed within the Marley J rezoning petition. And then it would make its way over to Weinkauf Street, where it would then connect, eventually making a nice pedestrian loop throughout these 2 developments. Let me jump to the next slide here, where we can discuss a little bit about the current traffic impacts that are being studied currently. So as you can see, we've got the overall aerial and the road network that is existing today within the town of Troutman. And then we have overlaid our proposed site plan into this aerial. So you can see a series of numbers here that are identifying at the request of the town of Troutman Engineering, Planning, as well as NCDOT, specific intersections that they would like for us to study related to the additional 100 homes. Those intersections include Eastway Drive and Church Street, Highway 21 and Church Street, Highway 21 and Rumpel Street, Eastway Drive and Weinkauf Street, Eastway Drive and Perry Road, Highway 21 and Perry Road, Highway 21 and Eastway Drive, Weinkauf Street, and our proposed new public road referred to as Access A, and then also Weinkauf Street and our proposed new public road referred to as Access B, these 2 connections at 9 and 8. The UDO specifically states that we need to study intersections that are within a half a mile. And we have been working with the town to help us identify which ones are most important for us to take a look at. Now, as we go through the traffic analysis, which is being studied today, we're taking a look at potential impacts to these intersections that could potentially create a new intersection condition. There are no guarantees that something will happen at every one of these intersections. I don't believe so. With 100 single-family homes, while it will create more traffic, It's currently unknown if that will create enough new traffic to warrant off-site road improvements at these locations. So as we begin to know more, as we move forward through the traffic impact analysis, more information will come to light, and we will be sharing that with town council, planning board, and town staff. Key dates moving forward. Today is our community meeting. Again, April 22nd. Next key date here is planning board on May 24th, and we are hoping for a council vote on June 10th. So those are the key dates, I believe, moving forward on this particular petition. And this should be a fairly public process moving forward. And we have officially reached the end of the presentation that we have prepared for y'all tonight. So at this time, I'm not seeing any chat questions at the moment, but I'm going to just jump back here to the site plan. And if anyone does have some questions that they would like to ask specifically related to this petition, please, by all means, feel free to put it into the chat, or feel free to unmute yourself and ask away. All right. So thank you, Deborah. I see your question here. She's requesting more information on the traffic impacts to Winecoff. So we are currently studying those with the traffic impact analysis and what will potentially happen here for any impact to Winecoff Street and what improvements will be made. Now, I will say this, directly adjacent along Winecoff, there will be new curb and gutter and sidewalks along Winecoff Street where new homes will be built. So I can at least say that those improvements will be made to Winecoff, but an actual widening or any type of specific impacts that would occur to at this location 4 here, which would be Eastway Drive and Winecoff Street. For now, we don't know quite yet what, if any, impacts or improvements will be made to Winecoff Street. Let's see here. Daniel Hicks, thank you. Will this rezone to existing houses across the street of the development? No. So that's part of the conditional rezoning process. So what you're seeing here within this 41.45 acre parcel area will encompass the conditional plan that's being requested here. If this were to be approved, this is the only change. This is it. This is the plan that would be built. Moving on from here, if this zoning petition were to be approved, we would then go into a construction document production process where we would actually do construction documents that would follow this approved plan. And we would then produce construction documents for the construction of this site. It would go through a permitting process through Troutman, through Iredell County, potentially the state. I'm not exactly sure, but there's a whole other permit process that would follow what we're doing today. This conditional rezoning process is basically taking it through a conditional review process to request permission to build what you see here today on this plan. Thank you, Daniel. That's a good question. Hey, Jonathan, happy to see that you made it. Happy to know that the copy and paste email I sent you got you in. So great, thank you. Sorry you missed the first half. We are recording this meeting. Jonathan. Jonathan is the planning director for Troutman, everyone. So he's going to be a great resource for the community as well if you have any questions regarding this petition or any future petitions for that matter. Hey, Deborah, that's a great question. So Deborah is asking about the price of homes, commercial mixed uses examples. So right now, there are no commercial uses that are being proposed associated with this petition. It is only single family homes. And by single family detached homes, we mean that it's one house per lot that's being proposed. There are no duplexes or triplexes associated with this. Those would be restricted here. These are all single family lots, 60 feet wide, 100 of them incorporated into this 41 acre parcel. As far as the prices go, I do not know. I do not know if the petitioners, True North Homes, has identified what those prices will be. But moving forward, as you have additional community meetings, I'm sure that question will come up, and we will be prepared to answer that for you. Let's see here. Christina Torrance, I am most concerned with the modular houses tentatively being placed by True North Homes. Christina, I'm not familiar with that, but what I can say is with this petition, these are not modular homes. This is a single family development for one house per lot. So that's what's being requested here. So I'm not sure.
Hey, Paul. It's Garrison Davis. True
Hey,
North
Garrison. Everyone, Garrison Davis is with True North Homes, so he may be able to.
Hey, guys. So I'm the president of True North Homes. We currently are only building stick frame homes in the Troutman area. We've currently built 6 single family homes that are stick frame. In the area, we have 3 more under construction and going to start 4 more just on random lot builds. But everything we're doing stick frame. We don't do modulars, haven't done modulars, and don't anticipate doing modulars. So this is going to be a true stick frame neighborhood, just like the other neighborhoods around the area.
Thank you for jumping in, Garrison. Really.
Thanks, Christine.
All right. Well, we have reached the end of our questions, everyone. Do we have any more by chance that someone would potentially like to ask? Well, hearing none. Time frame for construction. Thank you, Deborah. We are hoping for a zoning approval come. Let's see. This date here is June 10th. Hoping that will be the day that everything is approved. We will then go through a construction document production process. So probably add on another 6 months on top of that to actually get those approvals. And then moving forward, Garrison, I'm not sure if you'd like to speak to that or if you have any high level estimates on when you guys would start construction. But I have a feeling it would be sooner than later, and considering the amount of home demand we have in our region.
Yeah, sooner rather than later. I mean, as soon as we can get through this process and make things happen, I would anticipate sometime in 2022 with, getting, once we get through the rezoning and annexed in, and then bidding everything out to our contractors and getting things rolling for development.
Wonderful. Thank you. Well, I guess we can go ahead and start to wrap this up, everyone. It's about 6:30 here. And again, just to reiterate, this presentation will be posted on our website it'll be a few weeks. Our website is urbandesignpartners.com. The full recording of this presentation will be posted. This presentation that we presented tonight will be there for you to kind of go through again and review in more detail if you'd like. I believe it's also there for download if you'd like to have a copy. So it'll be there for public consumption. So if you do know any neighbors that were unable to attend tonight and would like to see this presentation, they still have a chance to take a look and better understand what's being requested here along Weinkauf Drive in Weinkauf Village. Again, Troutman Zoning Petition CZ-RM-21-01. I'm not sure if anyone has any last moment questions, but if not, thank you. Yes.
Paul, this is Jonathan. I just wanted to make a pitch here real quickly. Yeah, this you mentioned the planning board meeting on May 24th and the 10 board meeting on June 10th. Just want to make a pitch and let everybody know that those are public meetings. They're open to the public. They both begin at 7 p.m. and right now we are planning on having them held here in Town Hall. So if you're interested in providing additional input to the planning board on the 24th of May or to the town board on the 10th of June, those are two additional opportunities for you to do so.
Thank you, Jonathan. Appreciate that input. Thank you very much. Well, again, everything will be online for a few weeks here. And feel free to reach out to me personally. Again, my name is Paul Pennell with Urban Design. Jonathan Wells, the planning director at the town of Troutman. I'm sure he will be willing to assist as well. And I can with any questions that anyone would like to follow up with that you may not have thought of during this meeting. Thank you so much, everyone, for attending tonight. We greatly appreciate it. I hope you have a wonderful evening and stay healthy, and looking forward to maybe seeing everyone in person in a few weeks. That would be wonderful. Have a good evening, everyone. Thank you.
Thanks, Paul.
Thank you.